Third phase of moon.
Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. Blake Cousins, we've got a special report for you today. Incredible statements coming in from the president himself. Lou Dobbs spoke with him and asked him some interesting questions about UFOs. And we also have incredible UFO sightings just into Third Phase of Moon from around the world. We've got the panel with us, and we've got a special report coming in from Michael Schratt in regards to another incredible UFO case file. You guys are going to be blown away when you hear and see what Michael Schratt's reporting on. But first, let's get to what Lou Dobbs asked the president today in regards to the UFO subject matter. Listen up.
A lot of my friends are very concerned about what the federal government is doing when it comes to UFOs. So if I could just ask you, are you going to commit more resources to exploring UFOs and open the documents to the public?
All right, here we are again. UFOs in mainstream news. Lou Dobbs talked to Donald Trump today, and jokingly, we're talking about UFOs. This is what makes me so angry with mainstream news. They don't know how to react because they don't follow UFOs, so they have to have that defense mechanism. UFOs. Hey, Trump, Dobbs asks him, so what's going on? Any transparency coming out of the White House, with those UFOs? And Trump's like, yeah, but you're the UFO expert now, Lou Dobbs. You're the UFO expert, Trump says, jokingly. This is a whole laugh fest of UFOs and transparency. But Trump does say, this is what we're taking out of this. That's why we're here today.
Well, I think you're probably in this country, you're the UFO expert. So I'm going to be totally guided by the great Lou Dobbs, and I will tell you that I'll do whatever you ask me to do, including total transparency. And I got to tell you, there's probably some pretty good transparency needed there. There's no doubt about that.
We need more transparency over there, Lou. They got to have more transparency. And Trump in the past has been flip-flopping. I don't really know if it happened, maybe it did, maybe it didn't. I don't believe in it. To today, where they need more transparency, which is almost like an admission of him knowing that there's UFO secrets that the government's hiding, where he would like to see more transparency. It's exciting, of course not. We all want to know the truth. But laughing and mocking about it and, having a chuckle, and then go ahead and say something that might or might not be important because Trump said it. This makes me a little mad, but I'm a little happy because we did get more media, more mainstream recognition in ufology about something. This is a regular occurrence. This is weird. Why now? That's what you should be asking your family and friends. Have you been watching the news, mainstream news? Have you seen they've been talking about UFOs almost every day for the last month? What does it mean? Is something coming? Is it the, that fake thing that might come from the skies? Could be an FFAI. Well, that's all I got, man. That's unbelievable. More mainstream UFO talk. See you guys.
Interesting points of view there, absolutely, Richard. Why does the media continue to laugh when the UFO words are mentioned? What's going on in the media? Is there a cover-up? We at Third Phase of Moon, we've got UFO videos coming in every day and we're sharing it with you. Let's just roll this, take it out to Brent. He's got some information and a new UFO video.
That's right, Blake. Seems like UFOs are on the rise around the world, and this just came in from Victoria, Australia. Let's roll it. This was captured by David McLean. While he was driving his truck, he managed to pull out his camera and film a UFO. What is this orb in the sky? People may speculate that this could be a drone or a helicopter. We hear no rotor blades from a helicopter itself. Could the truck be making so much noise that we can't hear it? That's a possibility. But whatever this orb is, it's fascinating. What makes this UFO sighting legitimate, in my opinion, is we don't see no FAA lights. Could this be a possible energy orb?
We don't know what actually was captured over the night skies in Australia, but maybe other people out there notice the same thing. Send those videos to us. Brent, thanks for the report. Now take it out to Arizona. Doc Skinner's got another UFO sighting for us. Doc, what do you got?
So checking out this video from London, I'd be honest with you, when I first saw it, I was like, yay, another UFO. But luckily, this guy zoomed in on this object.
How bright is on the camera as well.
That's what I'm saying. To me, that looks like the sky is looks big.
Yeah. Oh, now the trees are in the way. And sometimes you can see more on the camera. What is that? That is not a star.
Exactly.
That is not a star.
Is that another moon?
I don't know what that is.
Because I was looking at it and I'm looking and thinking that don't look like no star. It looks, wow, it looks almost circular like another moon. Are you filming?
Yeah. Who would have thought I'd catch something like
There's
this?
a reason for everything that he said.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is.
It could be another planet.
The moon's there,
Exactly.
and this thing is just...
And it looks circular.
It looks hollow in the middle.
All I know is it's not
Because you know when you take a picture of the light...
I wasn't excited till he zoomed in. When he zoomed in, I'm like, oh, okay. And the reason why is because of when you're looking at it zoomed in, you see this crescent moon image, okay, with a dark shadow behind it. All right, that gives us some clues about what this could be. That's telling us that it is close enough in our atmosphere that we're able to see the dark side of it from the opposite of the front that's being lit up by the sunset. So just like the moon, which is off to the right, we see the side that is lit up by the sun, and we can also see the dark side with a slight outline of the shape of the moon. So like the moon, this object has that ability to have that effect. So that's saying it's not a star. Okay, so we can eliminate that because it's not far off enough because it would just be all bright white light. Okay? Now, the other possibilities, someone would say, of course, it's a UFO. Very possible because it's close enough to where we can see behind it, right? So there's that. I'm going to say it's between a UFO or a very close, small, maybe an asteroid or a planet. But it's interesting. It's interesting. Now, what's cool is I hear that Blake, he has got testimony actually from one of the witnesses just now. So let's go see what he has to say. I'm interested. Let's check it out.
That's right, Doc. Joseph Higgins just reached out to me moments ago. I have his testimony. It's incredible how fast we roll it out and we get the information from the people who shot it. Joseph, what do you got to say about this UFO encounter you had on the side of a UK road?
The experience I have with UFOs have been mind-boggling. I'm not a person to do lots of big edits on videos, and I don't know how to do that stuff. So the videos I got is very genuine and very confusing, like the lights I've seen, and I've seen UFOs lots of times, many times in the sky, stuff that I can't explain, lights that move in a slow way, and it just defeats science itself. And I've seen stuff in the sky and I've recorded, then the next day it's just not there on my phone. But that when I was recording at the time, it was there, and it was like triangle shaped. But the stuff I've seen is just unbelievable.
The testimony comes in from around the world from real eyewitnesses that experience extraordinary things. And speaking of extraordinary, we have Michael Schratt with us with another incredible UFO case files, the historian in aerospace. Michael Schratt, what do you got for us?
Blake, it's good to be with you today. Our next case, and I've got the reference works right here, comes from 1960, and this came from the Gray Barker collection in Clarksburg, West Virginia. References May-June 1969 UFO analysis report. This is the original sketch that came with the report. And here we go. It's 1960. They didn't give an exact date. The time frame is 7:30 p.m. No month given. Mrs. Maxine Hayes and Mrs. Barbara Lewis, they're driving from Stigler, Oklahoma, and they notice some lights approaching their vehicle. Next thing they know, and this is borne out by another report here, this is the Canadian report. They also discuss this as well. Volume 2, number 6, 1973. Next thing they know, a 20-foot diameter dish-shaped craft is hovering over their vehicle about 20 feet. It had a series of revolving lights around the outer circumference of the craft. But then what's interesting, the report states that it started lifting their vehicle about 18 inches off the ground.
No.
The primary eyewitness, she noticed that the speedometer on the car was reading 110 miles an hour. Now, this is identical, essentially, to what we see in the movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind. So you wonder, what did Stephen know? 30 seconds later, this thing drops itself back onto the ground, and she could see that this craft departed near a coal mine and disappeared from the scene.
Leave me alone! No.
We've done a full color rendering of what this craft actually looks like. This is another illustration by Tom Bogan. So you can see the car being lifted off the ground by about 18 inches. So this is another example of a CE2 case where we have physical effects associated with the UFO sighting. And we'll look forward to see you on the next sighting. Thank you.
Incredible testimony from eyewitnesses. Michael, you keep up the good work. We're looking forward to more insight from your UFO case files. It's a big, vast archive, and we want to thank everybody who's joined us tonight in the premiere and the panel that helped us out reporting the news as it comes in. That's our goal right here at Third Phase of the Moon. Make sure you hit that subscription button, that notification bell, to be notified when we do these updates and sometimes live reports. You never know when it's going to go down. Everybody, keep your eyes on the skies. We're not alone. We'll see you real soon.
Third.